Hello everyone, welcome to my very first LP, in which we're going to play Metal Gear Solid Integral, which is the PC version of the Metal Gear Solid game, originally on PlayStation 1. Now, the reason why I'm playing this is because I want to see if I can do an LP on extreme mode. Reason being is that we haven't seen that many extreme videos on YouTube, as well as if we actually do, it's actually pretty hard to tell what's happening because you don't see how hard it actually is. So the reason why I'm playing this game as well is because I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan. As well, I just wanted to know how well this game has aged over the years, as well as how it compares with, well, the other entries in the game, in the series. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, I'd like to point out that this Metal Gear is actually a fair bit harder when it comes to sneaking around, as I sort of fuck up right here just to show you guys, of course. Sneaking up on guys is actually a little bit trickier than I thought. Playing the other ones, you actually have some sort of maybe a second or so when you actually touch the enemies and the alert. This is pretty much instant, so you've got to have the exact distance when it comes to getting a chokehold on people. And here's me dying, obviously. Anyhow, here's a more competent run. When it comes to recording this, it actually doesn't take me that. It's not really that hard for me to actually record these because the game itself isn't that hard. It's only just the bosses, really. And you can see what I do here. In terms of getting the distance right, it's usually punching and choking right after. But yes, it's funny to see that so many people have difficulty in this area as well. Of course, don't step in the puddles, that makes noise. There's only 2 guys around here. So, you know, I guess it's the first time you end up playing this game, you always end up getting caught. Pretty much like Resident Evil when you get Resident Evil 4, I think, in which everyone gets killed by the chainsaw guy usually every single time they play, so, you know. And here comes Campbell as well, just telling me that the elevator is going to take a while. Usually takes a minute, so we'll just have a bit of a smoke break and just start talking about this game a little. This game compared to the others, I still believe that Metal Gear Solid 3 is still easily the best one, but it's nice to come back to this. After playing the other 2, the HD remix has just recently came out, and I've been having a bit of a ball when it comes to those, but after playing that and playing this, I just realized just how much the game has evolved from that. Geez, this elevator takes a while, as he always usually does. And we have our cigarettes, which is pretty much draining our lives. Usually, smoking doesn't kill you that quickly, but, you know. I know in the other Metal Gears as well, they actually make the cigarettes kill you a lot quicker than this one, but I digress. Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. And I like to also mention that footsteps don't make that much of a big impact in this game unless you're walking through puddles. You can actually sneak up on guys pretty easily. And we'll just have this guy just having a look at the wall, checking out the wall. It's pretty all clear. Let's just sneak up onto the elevator. Alright, just going back to what I was saying before in regards to the new Metal Gear Solid games compared to this. There is a big development, I should say. I'm not saying that this game is bad in any right. It's actually pretty still playable after all these years. But small things such as status up checks and bodies are staying on the screen, so you have to drag them around. Yeah, it's a new depth, each one. I'm getting into more depth later on throughout the LP, but just want to show you that this game,
there's the front door.
I'm playing it right now, and I can still have a lot of fun with it. I might be a big Metal Gear Solid fan, and I might be a little bit biased, but
there's one sentry on the left.
Some of the stuff, such as cinematography and the way the game's made, it still holds up today. And here right now we're just seeing how Um, there are two different ways into the actual Shadow Moses complex.
What about the air duct near the door?
He also likes to show you that where the all the scouts are
There
as
should
well,
also
which is
be a duct
handy.
on the second
Later on,
floor.
you'll see me having a look where everything is. Yeah.
I can't see it from here.
It's nice
I'll
to
let
see all the
you
chunky
decide the
movements
best
as well
COA.
from the old enemies.
I'm counting on you,
Good old
Snake.
PlayStation 1 hardware. But yeah, now that we start playing, let me tell you, do not get that chaff grenade in the middle. You'll always get caught. That's just one dirty trick that they've just put on. And I love how Snake is so surprised at the surveillance camera there. But if you just shimmy across there, even though the camera is looking directly at you, for some reason the idiots who installed that security camera didn't angle it right, so you can just, you know, just be directly in front of it and have it not see you at all, which is strange. And here's the SOCOM, the very first gun in the game, back of the truck, and we're just having a quick look as well to see where the scout is, so we could just sneak in and hopefully go up the stairs without being spotted. And this was a bit of a lucky run as well. Usually I was gonna pay attention to where the other guy is, but I just snuck right in and just ran in, and we'll just wait for this guy. And I've got this really bad habit of bringing out smokes for some reason all the time while I'm waiting. And that's one of the bad things about this, because in Extreme you don't really get rations very often. They're extremely rare, so don't get shot. Usually if you get caught by alert, it's usually pretty much game over anyway. You can't escape, and it's usually about 2 or 3 shots until you're dead anyway, even with more health. But we'll just sneak into the duct so we can get into the complex. And we have the long vent run.
Snake, this is
We
McDonald
usually
Miller.
get a few
It's been
calls
a
right
long
now,
time.
just from McDonald Miller or Master Miller. He was from the past Metal Gear games for the MSX, just having a bit of an appearance. And you can see my controls right here. I'm playing this on an Xbox controller, but the game itself doesn't really implement the analog control as well, so it can only look directly up or directly down, so it's a little bit difficult.
Cell in the first floor basement.
And
What about the vent
here's a bit
shaft
of a
cleaning?
cutscene.
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell. Did something happen?
There's an intruder.
Really?
He's already done 3 people.
He's killed 3 people?
Yeah. Say he's using stealth, too.
Stealth. There's an intruder besides me?
Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail
I
on
love
the chief.
how after every single detail Snake gets, he just has to always ask in a question, stealth, woman in the cell? That's a very common thing in these Metal Gear Solid games. I know in somewhere I've read on the internet that one of the character biographies of Snake says that he's got extremely high IQ, but he just seems to question everything possible. And you can see me speeding up the vent run. We don't want to go through that again, trust me. And
Use the elevator
thanks
to
Campbell,
change
thanks
floors.
for the needy information right there. And careful of this camera as well. I did this run before, and for some reason I keep getting caught by that security camera. I keep forgetting it's there. They might have changed it. You might not be in the other difficulties, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't know why I keep getting caught by that camera. And here's our thermal goggles, or goggle I should say. A little bit of English there. Which will be handy in a boss fight coming up. You'll see why. And here's me looking around. Again, with no radar. It's sort of hard to tell where everything is. That's one of the things I like about playing it on Extreme, is the fact that you sort of have to use the gameplay mechanics for once. Usually you don't have to, as you're always paying attention to the radar in the corner anyway. So it defeats the purpose of the whole stealth action when half the time you're just waiting for people to turn around. You don't actually use the gameplay elements such as looking around or changing the camera. And just checking around the corner as well. One of the things about these elevators is if you press it twice it always comes instantly, so there's a bit of a handy trick. And I nearly get caught there because, well, I sort of wanted to know if you could actually see me in the elevator as well, but that's just me being risky. And this should be a video coming up with part 2. We'll just have a bit of a
Snake, if you
more
wanna
random
go
facts from
upward-
Campbell. And see you next video. I'll be showing you the first boss eventually. So catch you there.